everyone, my name is Bella and welcome back to my channel. Before we get started with this video, make sure to check out all the links in my description. But anyways, on with the video. So today I am finally going to be giving you guys a highly requested house tour. If you haven't watched my new series, then it'll be linked in the eye in the corner, so go check it out. But I will also be giving you guys the layout, so feel free to build this for yourself. But if it is for social media purposes, then please do give me credit. But without further ado, let's get started. So the inspiration for the front of this house actually comes from a house that I saw on Pinterest. I didn't follow the color scheme and the build completely, but it did give me some inspiration on the sizing. So basically, I tried my hardest to make this house as realistic as I could possibly get it, and I am not a realistic builder, so I did try my hardest, but I think I did a pretty good job. I really like what I did here with the sidewalk. I think it adds a lot of detail and just makes the house look a lot nicer. But anyways, when you walk up to the driveway, you just see our mailbox and our trash can. And then I'm really proud of what I did with the landscaping, actually. I think it turned out really good. But anyways, if we walk up the driveway, we have our car parked outside. And I pretty much always have the car outside except for in the tornado video, but that's pretty self-explanatory on why it was inside the garage. But anyways, when you walk up to the garage, you just see this box of chalk and a plant. And if you open the garage, you'll see that nothing too crazy is going on in here. We just have, this is Rustin's little car, this is Cora's bike, and then we have our trash bins, our electric box, and then some storage. You know, pretty much just your average garage. And then over here we just have some boxes, a pumpkin, and then a wagon. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the garage. Now let's go up to the actual house. Again, I really like what I did with the walkway. I just think it adds so much detail. But when you get up to the front of the house, we just have this bird house and this bird bath, and then some boxes over here and a plant. The other side is pretty much the same, just a box, a plant, and then a watering can. And if we squeeze through here, we come to our front porch. Nothing too crazy about this, just some plants, a sitting area, and a table. But that's pretty much it for the front yard, so now we can go inside. So when you first walk into the house, you're greeted with a lovely foyer. To the left, there's just a table with a mirror above it, and it has my car keys, our house phone, and then some decorations on it. Next to that, we have Rustin's stroller and then a lamp. Over here we have a bench, which I actually custom built myself. This bench is basically just for putting on or taking off your shoes, and we already have some shoes underneath the bench actually. And I'll leave everyone who I got decals from in the description, so make sure to go check them out. But basically, next to the bench we have a plant, and then we have some of my bags hanging. Now this door is my bedroom, but we'll go through that later. Before we go through the rest of the house, I just wanted to mention that I did specifically make this house for a single mom, and I tried to make it as realistically sized as possible. I just think that a small house with one story is a lot more realistic for a single mom than some gigantic mansion. And I am trying to make this series as realistic as possible. So when you come through the entryway, we have this shelf over here with some knickknacks on it. And then over here we have this table with 4 seats. I think this table was a really good addition just so we don't have to use the dining room all the time. Also, since there's only 3 of us, I just think having a smaller table makes sense. But anyways, when we walk over here, we have this little bench that I also custom made myself, and you can sit on it. I wouldn't advise it though because the pillows do go through you. But over here we have our living room. If any of you are OGs to my channel, then you will know that this fireplace is actually inspired by the old fireplace I had in my old roleplay house. I loved the way it looked, and I'm so happy that I could incorporate something from that house into this house because I really did love that house. But you know, nothing too crazy going on here, just some places you can sit and some decor. And then through here is the dining room. Like I said, there aren't too many occasions that we are in here, but But we do have a dining room and I think it's so cute. So this table sits 6 people plus a high chair, so if you count that, that's 7. I want to put a family portrait in this painting, but I'm not really sure if I'm going to do that or not, so right now it's just a cringy quote. And by now you guys should probably know that I am CEO of cringy quotes. But yeah, nothing too special in here, just some shelves for storage, some boxes, and some shelves over here to store dishes. But that's pretty much it for the dining room. Now let's go over to one of my personal favorite parts of this house, the kitchen. I'm actually really proud of how this turned out. I really like the color scheme that I went for in here. I just think it looks so cute. But basically over here we have our coffee machine, a candle, some plates, flowers, and our sink. I also really like the windows I have here above the sink. I think they just add so much natural lighting into the kitchen. But anyways, over here we have our blender, our microwave, and then some storage shelves. And something I'm really proud of is that I actually did fill up these cabinets, so they do have stuff in them. But yeah, nothing too crazy, just some things that you would regularly store in a cabinet. Yes, and my famous muffin holder, which I do not have muffins in at the time because I am tired of my friends taking my muffins out of the muffin holder. Regularly, I would have muffins in this custom-made muffin holder. And I really like this custom flower bouquet. I think it's just so pretty and super realistic. Plus, we don't really have any like realistic flower bouquets in Bloxburg, unless you count like the tulips and the daisies. But other than that, we don't really have like flower bouquets. But when we come over here, we have my desk. I'm pretty sure I have mentioned this a few times, but for anybody who's new to the series, I am actually an author and I do write my own books. Obviously, none of the books have become famous or anything yet, but that is what I do. But I think this is a pretty average cluttered desk for somebody who's a struggling author. But we have a storage shelf next to the desk, a lamp, and a plant, of course. And if we go through this door, then we go into this little area which leads to the backyard, which we'll get to in a second, but it also goes to our laundry room. We also have another little storage table here with another really pretty flower bouquet and just some decorations on it. Okay, but this is our laundry room. Over here we have our broom, our vacuum, and then our ironing table. And these are our washer and dryer with some clothes hanging above them. And then on this side we have some storage cabinets with a sink and then a storage bin, towels, and flashlights. Oh yeah, and we also have this little stepladder and a box. But that's pretty much it for the laundry room. But let's go to the backyard. The backyard is a bit small, but I still worked with it and I think it turned out really good. It also does tie into the whole realistic thing pretty well. So over here was my little garden, but if you watched our tornado video, then you would know that my garden was destroyed. So I'm hoping that I get to plant some other stuff in the future. But over here we have a little storage table with some of my gardening tools. Over here we have a little storage box with all the kids' outdoor toys, and then we have some water balloons on top of it, a jump rope, and a soccer ball next to it. Over here we have a little pool, but I'm glad we still have a pool. I think it's super cute and the kids really do like it. And if you watched the tornado video, then you would know that everything on this porch was blown away. But we were able to buy it all back. We all know that Carter paid for that. Wink, wink. But anyways, over here we have our grill and a little counter next to it with some drink dispensers. And over here we just have a little sitting area with a fireplace. That's pretty much for our little porch. It's not that big, but it does work. And if we follow this little stone pathway and go through this gate, you will see that we actually have our little basement through here. Here's a little fun fact behind the scenes for you, but this basement was originally not in my house plan. When I did decide that I wanted to film a tornado video, I realized that there was no place that we could take shelter from, so I just had to use my resources and quickly build a basement. There was no space in the house to add a basement, so I just decided that I would add one of those hatch doors and call it a day. But I do think it turned out super cute. Okay, so nothing too crazy down here. Pretty much the same living room concept as the living room upstairs. And over here we just have some counters so you can make your own food down here, and we have a coffee machine. Over here we have a little storage cubby with some of the kids' toys, and then here we have a dresser with some decorations on top. Now over here we have our guest bedroom. Since we have this basement now, in my head I've basically turned it into like a little guest house, which, you know, if we ever have guests over, they would stay down here. And this would pretty much be the bedroom. Just a bed and a dresser and a crib in case like anybody who comes over has a baby or a toddler. Over here we have the closet and a little chair next to it. And that's pretty much it for this bedroom. Now if we go through this door, we will be in the only bathroom down here. One of my friends actually helped me decorate this bathroom, and she also helped me decorate some other places in the house when I was stuck or didn't know what to add. So a huge thanks to her. But yeah, this is a pretty basic bathroom, just a shower, a toilet, a storage shelf, and a counter with a sink. But that's pretty much it for the basement. Now we're going to be taking a look at the bedrooms. So if you come into this little hallway, we have a little dresser and some stuff on it. But basically, this door goes into the kids' bedroom. So in this house, the kids have to share a bedroom, but I think it's okay because both of them are really little, and I mean, they both have their own space, so there's nothing wrong with them sharing. When you first walk in, we have Rustin's toddler bed and some toys and his dinosaur that he's obsessed with next to his bed. On the opposite side of his bed, we have a dresser with a little planet mirror above it and then some toys around it. He has these little storage cubbies that are filled with his toys, or supposed to be, but he left them all out on the floor. In this little separated area between the kids' two sides, we have a teddy bear which they can sit on and then some toys. But over here we have Cora's side. She has her cute little pink bed and a stuffed animal on top of it. At the end of her bed she has this little bench with a unicorn stuffy on it. Over here she has her play kitchen and her dollhouse. She also has a unicorn rocking horse. And then of course she has her dresser with a heart mirror above it. But that is pretty much it for the kids' bedroom. Across the hall, we have the house's only bathroom. Now, I know you're probably thinking, why is there only one bathroom? And I mean, you have seen the size of the house, and I think maybe another half bath could be a good idea, but I didn't have space to incorporate that, and I really like the way that everything turned out. But basically over here, we have our little bath and shower combined. And then we have this large counter with two sinks on it. This side with the stepping stool is the kids, and this side with all the skincare is mine. And no, I do not let Cora use my skincare. She will not be using skincare under my watch. Over here we have our little toilet area, which I think is actually a pretty good idea since there is only one bathroom in this house. If two people need to be in here at once, then you can just close the curtain. And then in our little toilet area, we have Rustin's toddler potty. Oh yeah, and over here is another very pretty realistic flower vase. But that's pretty much it for this bathroom. If we go through this door, we have my bedroom, which is the master bedroom. This is probably my favorite room in the whole house. I really like what I did with this. In the series, I'm a fairly young mom, so I think like having a younger style in my bedroom just makes it more realistic, you know? But basically on this wall, we have a mirror and some of my clothes hanging. And then over here, we have my custom vanity, which I did build myself. To the left, we have some of my perfumes. And then on the vanity itself, we have some of my makeup. If we come over here, we have a little sitting area with some books, and then we have my dresser. I have my Chanel perfume on the dresser and some picture frames. I have a jewelry stand and another very pretty flower vase. If you couldn't tell, I really like plants. Over here, we have my nightstand with a clock, a candle, and a potted plant with a standing plant next to it. On the other side of my bed, we have another nightstand that has a lamp and then some plants on the floor next to it. And finally, we have my gorgeous custom-made bed. I'm really happy with how this bed turned out, and I think it's super cute. And personally, I think it looks very comfy. And then if we go through this door, it takes us back to the front of the house. But anyways, you guys, that's going to be it for today's video. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like down below, subscribe to my channel, and turn on all notifications so you get notified every time I post another video. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!